Hey folks, it's Friday, May 15th, 10:30 something p.m. This one's going to be a little interesting, a little different. Uh, it's funny, she's in my head, she's actually pushing my ear out a little bit right now. There we go. Equalize the pressure a little bit. I have a really nice piece of lily that I let in my crown and inside, and she's acting as a spirit guide would with some of y'all, with other people, and she's trying to get me to be more human. um, Her and another family member. It's both male and female parts of an orb of source energy. It's the two source mates. There's soul mates. When a soul energy comes out, when the wave of soul energy was released, there's 5 waves. When they were released, they just thinned out until they were like little droplets. It's like if you had a nice, great big table and it was highly waxed, and you took a little water and you just tossed it off on it and just pushed it outward. Eventually, it just fall into little blobs of little orbs of water, globules, whatever you want to call them, and that's what energy does. And each little orb would literally just all of a sudden vibrate and then pull itself apart in male and female. That's your real soulmate. Okay, that's the only soulmate you have. We have life mates and stuff, but there's only 4 soulmates together here in life on this planet. 3 of them have met, the other 4th, they're getting close. Anyway, excuse me, I'm tired as hell. Anyway, what's really happening, kind of bottom line, is that y'all are going to find out what's really going on the other side, how the reason why things used to be the way they are, and what's about to change to make them what they're going to be. Might sound a little confusing, but it's actually quite accurate, the wording. The abuse system that was set up by the original first being is gone, along with it. Actually, they're gone, but what was keeping that system in place, was what was enforcing it is gone. But now that system is still in place and needs to be torn down. Gaia does have to regenerate. Okay, she's got to clean herself out. She's got to burn off all the toxic waste on her. The animals are leaving. They're done having lives. Everyone in body has to understand, first, that we have friends in the stars, all over the place from the universe. They're family. Bodies look different, but they're still family. And just like family, we got good ones and bad ones, as far as what they do, how they act, how they feel. And then you're going to learn about the Fae down here, and they're going to show you how they can actually make a solid body from energy. And that's something that y'all are going to be doing in these new lives you're going to be having in the new bodies. It's going to take 72 to 78% of the abuse out of life. No more pain in childbirth or, any of that. Anyway, these bodies, like I've said before, they don't belong to us. They belong to Gaia. They're part of her. The other half of your Kundalini, so to speak, what they call the Kundalini, the core energy, is the 2 energies, the visiting soul or visiting spirit, usually soul, almost always soul, is in the body moving up and down, along with the energy that was there first, the energy of the planet. It's the actual sentient spirit, a piece of Gaia that she gives you. It goes in the body at birth. It goes in the body before birth. And so does your soul, or spirit. But the first thing that's there is Gaia's energy from the planet. So and these bodies all die anyway. So death is nothing to fear. It's just like you walk up a flight of stairs to the next level. I was out in a winter storm when I was a kid, got in a big fight with my parents, and was told, just go ahead and leave. So I went ahead and did it. And that in the middle of the night, that was here in Georgia actually. We had snow, 1973 maybe, 1970. I think it was 1973 too, something like that. Anyway, maybe 1972. Anyway, it was so cold, even though I had some decent clothing on. I had gathered a bunch of snow and made like a right gut behind a backstop in a baseball field that was near my girlfriend's house, Stephanie. And I made a little place, kind of moved the snow around to keep the wind off me, and I didn't quite die. I was going out, and when you freeze to death, it's not a horrible thing. I've had so many different. I've been doused with gasoline, lit on fire. I've been living with lung disease all my life. That's not a good way to go. But still, when you go, it's not as bad as what you might think. It's really the biggest part about dying is the horror that everyone makes you think is going to happen. And so many people, especially older folk, worry about, am I going to heaven? Am I going to go to hell? Who's going to judge me? There's no judgment. There's no nothing. You just go. You go home. Boom. Bada boom, bada bing. As a matter of fact, when you die, when you leave your body, how do you go home to the right place? Like if you're high vibration, go to the high vibration place instead of the slower or negative frequency place. How do you go there? Because what you people have been calling the devil, Lucifer, okay, that's what literally would be there and separates. Make sure you goes home to the right place, and then the other stuff goes the other place. And it's not a hell; it's just a gathering of beings that are negative vibration. That's all. So, it's kind of funny, all the farces that exist everywhere. But anyway, you all need to learn who you are, the truth of what's going on, the truth of your huge, incredible family that creation actually is. And to understand death is nothing but coming home from vacation where you have your regular life. I'm not saying everyone's going to die tomorrow, because we're not. I'm just saying there's a lot that needs to be understood. If you understand what's really out there, what's going on, who you really are, and what's really occurring all the time, you don't have too much fear of death. It's just kind of like when someone passes. I mean, when someone comes close to passing, for a short moment, they die, and then they come back and tell you about it. What do they tell you 9 times out of 10? I'm not afraid of dying anymore. Because if you know what's there, it's no big deal. Anyway, I didn't mean to spend so much time on death, but there's no sense in it. It's not a big thing, and it's usually not very, painful. At least not when it's natural. Torture, something like that, that's different. But anyway, I don't even want to think about that. That's not what I wanted to talk about. I just want to talk a little bit about everything that's around you, what's really going on. You all need to know. That's what this new spiritual movement is about. That's what everyone will know. Trust me. That's a fact. Okay, now if you want to ignore it, that's cool. Your option. But everyone's going to have that information in front of them. And some people don't want to wake up. That's cool. Sooner or later, the body dies, they go home anyway. But the thing is, for the third dimension, the physical realm, it's time for the physical bodies, the hard bodies, to know what's going on. Especially about how energy bodies can make solid bodies. That's important, and the Fae are going to teach you that. Well, there'll be other folks too, but the Fae are going to show you that it's real and it exists. Love you all, man. Cheers. So, um, that's what's coming. Knowing who you really are, understanding what's really happening, know how things got to be the way they are, know how they're about to change, the new lives coming, and so many things you've been taught to fear that there's no need to fear. It's sad, all these people pouring this all this money into these fake creatures and crap, and it's all a lie anyway. All they are is full of crap and spending all the money. And here's all these a lot of wonderful people with a lot of love in their heart, and then they're being shaken out by these idiots. Oh well. Anyway, there's some really neat stuff coming. There's a lot of information that you're being left with, and it's up to you to do something with it. A lot of you are coming awake real strong. Really, a lot of you really powering up. I had a follow-up consult with these intensive consults we call crank-ups. There's always a follow-up about a week and a half later because I want to talk to you, go over what's going on with you. It's not like let's take some money and run. This is real, okay? Boy, he was this young gentleman named Forrest. He's really coming alive. That's really neat. When I talk to you in the follow-up, I just go in your brain, I look around, and I can tell you what's going on. Kind of interesting. Anyway, I appreciate it when people tell me I'm the real deal, but the important thing is for all of you to know you're the real deal, okay? This is about you. We're all real, okay? Everyone has abilities. You're all much more than you've ever hoped you could be. So anyway, I love you all. I just wanted to get that out. Lily was really pushing me. This little piece of her. I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you all do. It's nice to have a nice night because I'm fighting all the time. Anyway, love you all, man. Have a good night and see you soon.